Alright, so what's your name?
Andy.
Alright, how's it spelled?
Andy.
Alright, and what'd you see?
Alright, so I was traveling westbound on the 105, and I was rocking out to some music, and I looked up and I saw this like black thing covering the carpool lane and the fast lane, and I like jerked the wheel, looked, and came back around, and there was this accident that just happened, and it was two cars into each other, and I was like, holy cow. So I like pulled up a little further down the line, and I remember like I got some flares in my trunk, and I was just gonna get out and put out some flares, and so like I ran to the cars, and I was like running by. There was a dude trapped in a car in like a silver Infiniti, and there was a chick in a red Ford, and they like hit head on, and like the dude was stuck in the Ford, like the engine was completely destroyed. So I kept running down the freeway with the flares, and I was like pulling the flares, and like I was like waving it to keep cars from coming over. And then LAX police like pulled up, and they're like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, dude, there's an accident right there. And they like drove past me, and I set out the flares, and I like ran back up, and I remember I had two fire extinguishers in my trunk. There was like like someone was yelling like, hey, there's a fire. So the cop like got out with this tiny fire extinguisher and like put out like part of the fire, and then like I gave him my bigger fire extinguisher, and he put out the fire like on the car, and I remembered like I have a hard hat in my car, so I like put on my hard hat because it's got a light, and I went over and looked at that dude, and this like big burly dude was like, black dude was like hanging out the car, banging on the car like, hey, get me out, I can't get out, oh my god. And like I looked inside, and his bone was like sticking out of his pants like in the movies, and it was just and it was just blood all over the dash, and I'm like, dude, you can't get out, like you're stuck. And like the cop and another guy were like trying to yank on the door, and like I helped him yank on the door, and then the cop like bends the door and like is pulling on it really hard. And yeah, man, the dude was like totally killing it. And then some like other chick ran up and was like, hey, there's another lady stuck in the car. And so like I ran around and helped her get this lady out the car, and like I grabbed her and picked her up, and we moved her like back over to the side of the freeway, and like her leg was just like soft, it was squishy, like her bone was broken in her leg, and we like set her on the side, and that lady was like a nurse or something, because the cop showed up with this like blue bag, and like she was putting pressure down. Yeah, she was like totally saving this chick's life, and was just like, she was like, oh yeah, we gotta put pressure, I gotta like check this, and she was like totally keeping that situation resolved. But then all of a sudden, like CHP, the fire department, like just the whole world showed up, and then like they shut down the freeway, and then the fire department got out the jaws of life and a whole bunch of other stuff, and an ambulance showed up and a stretcher, and the firefighters were like using the jaws of life to get this dude out the car. They were like cutting and banging on the car, and then like they took off another door, and they were like working on this guy, and then the other lady got loaded into the ambulance, and this dude, like they pulled him out and put him on the stretcher, and it's like, and it was totally like the movies, like his bone was sticking straight out of his pants, and they like put him in the ambulance, and they put the leads on his chest, and they were like working on him, and they had an IV drip on him and stuff. But no, man, like it was surreal.